Really appreciate your presence. Continuing with our agenda, I would now like to invite on stage Mr. Rajiv Golapudi, Senior Product Manager, SAP Labs India, to brief us on SAP Solution Manager roadmap. Rajiv, please.
Super. Hello, everyone. Welcome back. Shiva had shared some information about what Solution Manager can do. Many of the functionalities that Shiva mentioned, which you will see in many more details in our subsequent sessions as well, are all available mostly with SAP Solution Manager 7.1. So that has been a significant release for us. Many of you have mentioned earlier that you are already upgraded your Solution Manager system to 7.1. And in this session, I would like to quickly take you through what is our journey with Solution Manager, where we are going with this product, and what is our vision in general with this product and the concepts surrounding this product. Yeah? So what I have for you are a quick overview of what is now available with the latest version of Solution Manager. So we have a new support package which was released a couple of weeks ago, which is called Solution Manager 7.1 SP05. So I have a few slides where I explain what are the functionalities that are coming with this new release. And then I will briefly look at where we are going from here. Yeah? So Shiva talked about application lifecycle management, and we also have concepts like Run SAP like a factory, where we have different capabilities within Solution Manager which can help you from a tool point of view, how you can manage your SAP landscapes. And what I wanted to highlight here is that SAP Solution Manager, although is the central tool, Shiva also mentioned about the processes, the IT processes which are around it. So at the end of the day, we also want you to have an IT process view on this, and it's not just a tool. So what the tool is actually supporting your IT processes. So everything and anything that we do in Solution Manager is dealing with the IT processes. So in a way, the way you are implementing ERP solution for your business processes, you are implementing Solution Manager for your IT processes. And that's a clear message that we want to give. And that's something that we will take it forward as well. The way we are moving with new functionalities in Solution Manager and the roadmap that we have ahead of us. So we are looking at automating IT processes. Yeah? So that's a simple way of defining what Solution Manager does. So we're trying to automate IT processes. Yeah? So we've looked at this as well. So who are the different stakeholders? I think so far the application professionals or application teams have taken a lot of benefit from Solution Manager. So we've seen customers, we will see in the afternoon as well, where we have topics like test management, change management, where we have users from the application teams who are using. Yeah? And we also have functionalities in Solution Manager used by teams like, for example, the operations teams, yeah, in traditional terms, basis organizations, right? So who do day-to-day operations on the systems. So that's where we get into topics like Run SAP like a factory, where we have teams in your organizations who are dealing with day-to-day operations. So those guys can take benefit, or their processes can be automated using the capabilities of Solution Manager as well. And we are going one level above, and we are trying to address the requirements of, let's say, a VP of applications or a VP of operations, to give them the transparency that they require in understanding what is happening in the landscape, and then drive their goals forward. So at the end of the day, our vision is that we want to have, let's say, somebody like a VP of applications or VP of operations, and their goals to be driven through Solution Manager. Because at the end of the day, if you take a VP of operations, so their goal would be efficiency, to make the operations as efficient as possible with as less cost as possible, for example. So these kind of things can be driven with Solution Manager. So our vision is to take it forward. So long as the teams, the actual teams who are in the operations team or in the applications teams are using Solution Manager, the goals of these organizations, whether it is application development and testing, or whether this is infrastructure or system management teams, etc., the goals of these teams can be driven with implementing Solution Manager. So that's the way we are going. So that's the way we look at it when we see SAP Solution Manager as a product. Yeah? Because at the end of the day, if you look at an IT organization and the IT processes, and we are automating these processes, so the goals of these teams should be driven more or less by implementing Solution Manager. So that's the kind of thinking that we have. So where are we with the product itself, right? So we've seen these concepts like application lifecycle management, run SAP like a factory. There are different processes and capabilities that we support from this product. And today with the release, if I just step back 2 weeks, with the release that most of you might have, that is Solution Manager 7.1 SP04, which was, I think the SP04 was released in December last year. With that release, which was a significant step for us from the days of Solution Manager 7.0, which was the most popular release until last year. We have done a lot of things which can enable you to manage your entire IT landscape with Solution Manager in different areas, starting from IT service management, test management, infrastructure management is something that is part of the planned innovations, change management, application operations. All these areas we have added a phase shift, more or less, in terms of the capabilities that were available in Solution Manager 7.0 when compared to what you have today, that is Solution Manager 7.1. So it was released in August 15, 2011, the release of Solution Manager 7.1, and this is our go-to release. Yeah? So if you have not upgraded to Solution Manager 7.1, or if you're not having a system at all with Solution Manager, then very clear recommendation that you should go to Solution Manager 7.1. Yeah? There's no way around it. In fact, Solution Manager 7.0 is going out of maintenance next year. Yeah? So that's another reason why you should go for 7.1. But the capabilities that are available in Solution Manager 7.1 are compelling enough that there's no reason why you shouldn't go to Solution Manager 7.1. Yeah? Of course, there are organizations who have implemented Solution Manager 7.0 and have been using significantly Solution Manager 7.0. And for them, it's a much bigger decision to go for 7.1, yeah? Because there is sometimes business impact as well, because the user interfaces that have been there with 7.0 were used by the business teams as well to log incidents and things like that. So for them, it's a much bigger decision to upgrade. Yeah? So they might take a little while. But nevertheless, it's our go-to release. It's, for us, the platform on which we are developing much more, as you will see in a couple of slides where the latest SP05, which released 2 weeks ago, what all it is bringing. So that's our platform, and the release is not going to change for a while now. We will add functionality wherein all the new functionality that we are adding are actually coming out of customers. So we are in a co-innovation mode, more or less. So most of the requirements that you will see in SP05 are all developed sitting with customers, like some of you here as well. The requirements that we got from you when you started implementing Solution Manager 7.1, we will see some of the topics that we discussed with, for example, Bharat Petroleum or Colgate. So these are the things that brought in the new requirements. So the message is clear. 7.1, which has a lot of functionality, new UI, significant shift in our product itself, is our go-to release. And then there's no reason why you shouldn't upgrade to this release. So the innovations that we brought into Solution Manager 7.1 were in 3 dimensions. You might have seen this slide before. One of the dimensions is the user interface. Yeah? At least in some of the areas, we have significantly better looking UIs in Solution Manager 7.1. The next dimension is the technology dimension. Solution Manager, as some of you might know, is based on a CRM system. So essentially, Solution Manager at the back end is actually a CRM system. And what we have done with Solution Manager 7.1 is we've upgraded the CRM stack that we have at the back end. Now it's based on CRM 7.0. Yeah? So that was a big thing, and that's actually delayed the release of Solution Manager 7.1 by almost a year, because earlier we were based on CRM 5.0, and now we are based on CRM 7.0. What it also means is that you all have a CRM system in your landscape. Yeah? Solution Manager, if you have it, you have a CRM system in your landscape. Of course, you need additional licenses to actually use it as a CRM system. That's a different story. But at least you all have the latest technology from SAP in the form of CRM. So the Solution Manager system, if you have 7.1, you have a CRM 7.0 box in your landscape. Yeah? And the last one is openness. I think there were some questions around how we integrate earlier in this direction. So we always believe in openness. So you will see in some of our presentations later on as well. Many a times customers have invested in third-party IT management tools. And what we believe is that we would like to integrate with these tools. And many of the best of the breed tools that are there in the market, we have predefined integrations, and some of them are more closely integrated than the others, depending upon the need and how the partner is working with us. So wherever possible, we have done the integrations in different areas, starting from incident management to test management to operations. So wherever we see the need, we integrate. And many a times we OEM with a lot of our partners as well. So many a times you will be actually using Solution Manager, but then underneath we have actually acquired the IP from a different organizations who have done very well in a particular area. So we have done OEM, and then you actually are getting the product for free, but then it's actually SAP who has kind of brought in the IP to give you that functionality within Solution Manager as well. So these were the 3 dimensions in which we did the enhancements in Solution Manager 7.1. Many of the functionalities of 7.1 will be taken in detail in our subsequent sessions this morning as well as post-lunch. You'll also see from our customers who are also the winners of today's awards how they are using Solution Manager 7.1 as well. And I think that's a significant learning for all of you because you will see some of your community members, some of your co-customers who are actually implementing the solutions that we are talking about. And the improvements are in these areas of simplicity, efficiency, increase in scope, the wider coverage of IT processes that we can do, collaboration aspects, and integration is a big piece. As I said, we now integrate with many other tools than what we did before. I will not go into the details. These slides would be shared with you. This one in particular has all the different enhancements that we did with 7.1 itself. As you would see at the bottom of the deck, it's what is possible today. Yeah. The other important thing from an enterprise support point of view is the usage rights of Solution Manager. Yeah? I think we talked about enterprise support in the morning. With enterprise support, you have a usage right to actually use Solution Manager for your SAP solutions. Now, the definition of an SAP solution is that anything and everything that is required for an end-to-end business process to run in SAP. Yeah? What it means is that if you are posting a document in SAP, but your front end is something else, a non-SAP application, but if that is integrated to an SAP system, then that's an SAP solution for us. Yeah? So it's an end-to-end business process which is running on SAP. When you have such end-to-end business processes running on SAP, for all these SAP solutions, whether they are actually running on SAP products or just integrating into SAP products, for these, you can use Solution Manager to manage these solutions. Yeah? This is especially significant when we talk about incident management or service desk. What it means is that you can actually use Solution Manager as a service desk for your non-SAP applications which are integrated with SAP. Yeah? So you don't need to purchase an additional service desk license from any other product. You can use Solution Manager as your service desk or help desk tool for any solution which is integrated with SAP. Of course, for the SAP systems, you can definitely use it, but we are also talking about solutions which are integrated into SAP. And I think this is something that is not known to many people, and that's why I brought this up. And of course, if you want to use it for other applications which are never integrated with SAP, you can still use it, but there is an additional license implication for that. So it's a per ticket, or not per ticket, but ticket-based license that we have. If you want, you can get in touch with our account executives from our sales teams who will be able to help you in procuring that license. That is required when you want to use Solution Manager as a help desk tool for applications which are not at all integrated with SAP at all. There might be some in your landscape. Of course, more and more heterogeneous landscapes are seen at our customers. But if the applications are integrated into SAP, and which would be many, because we see in our customers that at the end something is posted in an SAP system. Yeah? So usage rights is very important, and that's something that you get as a right with your enterprise support contract. So if you're an enterprise support customer, I think this is something that you have to take note of. Yeah? So the key message, upgrade to Solution Manager 7.1 now. Yeah? So now is the time. If you need help, try and reach out to SAP. We have expert-guided implementation that Shiva talked about, even for the upgrade of Solution Manager 7.1, and I think that's a unique offering. So please leverage it. A lot of customers have done it. Here I have 3,000 in May, and it's growing, and the number that I last heard was 4,000 customers who actually upgraded to Solution Manager 7.1. And we will see in some examples today, and there are many other examples. There's no reason why you shouldn't upgrade to Solution Manager 7.1. Yeah? Okay, so where are we going from here? So that's 7.1 SP4, which was released December last year. The actual productive release was in August, post ramp-up. Some of the ramp-up customers are also sitting here, so they've tried it even before August. But of course, we've not stopped there. So we are going forward. We have many more innovations that we have brought into the next functional release of Solution Manager, which is SP05, which was released 2 weeks ago. Yeah? The 7.1 SP05 is a functional release, which means that there is an impact on the functionality because we have added new innovations in different areas that you will see today. Yeah? So what are some of the planned innovations? So in different areas, we have, of course, had innovations. And as I mentioned before, especially with this release, SP05, all these innovations are coming from customers, meaning we have closely worked with customers. And only when a customer has really seen the pain point and it has been observed with a few of them, we start developing this functionality. And that's our way forward as well. If you talk about solution documentation, we had a graphical modeling tool. We have enhanced it much more. With test management, we have done some interesting work, more in the integration area and also in providing you with better functionality in terms of impact analysis. We have infrastructure management now possible with Solution Manager. But for this, there is a licensed product. So there is a new product which came out from SAP, which is called SAP IT Infrastructure Management Tool, which came out in February. And what we have here is that tool is completely integrated into Solution Manager. So which means that if you want to use this tool to do your infrastructure management, meaning managing your networks, hardware, etc., all that stuff is possible with this tool. The data that this tool is collecting and the way this tool is behaving is completely integrated into Solution Manager, which means that you will be able to log an incident on a hardware device using Solution Manager. If there is a printer which is printing your SAP invoices, you can log an incident or a message on that printer in Solution Manager. So which means that in Solution Manager, when the user comes in, you'll be able to look at the list of printers that are available in your landscape, pick a printer and log an incident. Yeah, that is possible with this integration to the infrastructure management tool that we have. Yeah? So that's coming up with the SP05 release. That's actually out now. Change control management, we have a much more flexible charm, as we call it, or flexible change control management. So that's coming with SP05. With incident management, the most significant innovation here is, first of all, we have new user interfaces that we've developed over and above the CRM backend that we have. And we also have a significant analytics capabilities, which we will show you in a while, which are coming up in the incident management space. Because with ITSM or IT service management, one of the big things that we see as a requirement from customers is that they need to do more and more analytics to see how they can reduce the service message volume, for example, what is happening, which components are generating more service incidents. BPCL, I know Bharat Petroleum has done very good work even in the past in terms of looking at the trends of these incidents and trying and figuring out how I can reduce it. Maybe it's a user training issue and so on and so forth. So analytics is a big a topic in the area of incident management, and that's something that we've addressed specifically with close to 30 out-of-the-box dashboards that we deliver with SP05. So Solution Manager also has a BW system or a BI system. So we have a lot of analytics dashboards that are coming with SP05. Which was released in 2 weeks ago. In the Run SAP part, we have also enhancements in the area of application operations. The most significant one being we are able to monitor HANA systems. So if you have a HANA system in your landscape, the application operations capabilities in Solution Manager are able to manage a HANA system as well. Of course, as we bring in more and more such new products, Solution Manager has to have the content to be able to manage these systems as well, and that's something that we will take it forward as well. I think we also added things like T-Rex and other components as well, which were not possible before. So these things are now possible with SP05. I think Dinesh, in his presentation later on, will add more details into this area as well. One thing which I would like to highlight here is we are also a mobile-enabled Solution Manager with SP05. So there's a lot of mobile apps that we've developed, which are shipped to you, which will be available through, let's say, the Android store or the Apple App Store, for example, for you to download and connect to your Solution Manager system and start using them. So these apps are for different use cases, which I will show in a minute. So we have also made Solution Manager mobile enabled, basically. So for business blueprinting or business process modeling, we had a tool in Solution Manager called business process blueprinting, which is a modeling tool which you can install on your laptop, and then you can model business processes which will then be stored in Solution Manager, which was already available. Now that tool is much more better integrated into Solution Manager, which means that the business process views that you see in Solution Manager, which were kind of in a flow diagrams before, will be much more based on such modeling capabilities, wherein you will see these views in Solution Manager. So earlier this view was possible only in the tool that you install on your laptop. Now these views will be possible as part of embedded into the Solution Manager views itself. Many customers use much more complex modeling tools like ARIS, for example. That's completely supported by us. We have a strong integration to tools like ARIS from our partners, wherein if you model your business processes in ARIS, those can be brought into Solution Manager as well. But this is for much more simple modeling. Of course, this is based on industry standards like BPMN notation. So the modeling that you will do in this tool will be based on industry standards like BPMN. And these models are first of all stored in Solution Manager, and these models you can also view them in Solution Manager UI as well, especially with Solution Manager SP05 release that came out recently. So this is another screenshot of the model that you can see. So this is basically a graphical tool that you can use to model your business processes. What are the processes? What are the process steps? How are they interacting with each other, etc. So this tool has been enhanced in SP05 as well. When it comes to testing, one of the things that I would like to highlight is the area of impact analysis. This was a big change in Solution Manager 7.1. We have a tool called Business Process Change Analyzer, which was significantly enhanced in 7.1 itself, and we've added many more functionalities to it. What this tool does is it allows you to do what we call as impact analysis. So whenever there are changes happening in your landscape, this tool allows you to do impact analysis before you actually figure out what needs to be tested. So instead of finding out the test scope on your own or based on the input that you get from the developers or from outside, you are basing it on a tool which is doing a technical analysis and telling you which business processes will be impacted if you do a particular change. This tool also does test scope optimization, meaning it not only tells you what business processes are impacted, it also tells you how you can reduce your test scope. Are there any of these business processes which are getting tested redundantly? Meaning the functionality which got changed was already tested in one process, so you don't need to test it again in the second process. So it also does this kind of optimization, and this was also significantly improved in SP05. And this tool is now closely integrated with our other applications in Solution Manager like change request management, which means that a change request comes from your business, you're developing the change request, and at a certain stage you would like to know what needs to be tested for this change request. You click a button and then you start the impact analysis, and once the impact analysis is done, you can start creating your test plans from that impact analysis for this change. You don't need to remember the transports that are behind this change. You don't need to remember anything. You know this is the change request that has come in, and this is at a stage where I need to test, and then you can do an impact analysis through this integration as well. I mean, it was possible in the past that you can do it separately, meaning change request management in Charm and impact analysis in BPCA, and there was no direct integration. But with Solution Manager 7.1 SP05, we have the integration with change impact analysis. Another big piece here is that BPCA as a tool was not integrated with any of the third-party tools. Like many of our customers use tools like HP Quality Center for test management, and this tool doesn't integrate, was not integrated with Quality Center before. But that's something that we've added with SP05. We've opened up APIs for this integration to happen, and HP is now building their part of the integration. So right now I'm in a project with Nike in the US, where we are doing it for that customer. Like I mentioned before, most of our developments are done with customers. So I'm doing it with Nike, wherein HP is developing this solution for Nike, and then it will be made available for other customers as well soon from HP. Because we have opened up the APIs, and then those APIs have to be consumed by HP for this integration to work, and that's something that's happening as well. So all in all, at least for this tool, integration is a big thing that we have done with SP05 of Solution Manager. Moving on, in the incident management space, we have a new user interface for end users. So for end users to log incidents, so we have a wizard-based user interface for end users to log incidents. So that was not there before. We had a user interface based on CRM web UI, which was highly customizable. But here we are coming out with an out-of-the-box UI, a simple UI for the end user to log incidents in Solution Manager or messages in Solution Manager. And then I also want to quickly talk about the analytics capabilities that I mentioned before. So these are all the kind of reports that are out of the box available with Solution Manager SPO5, from incident management to change management to problem management. All these kind of analytics you can do. Let's say, for example, workload analysis on incidents. Which of your support staff are spending what kind of time on what areas of your applications which are failing and where incidents are coming from, and so on and so forth. How many new incidents are coming on which components, and so on and so forth. How is your SLAs? How are your SLAs doing? And so on and so forth. Jagmohan will cover some of this in our presentation in the afternoon as well. As I said, we are mobile enabled. This is one example where we have incident management possible in mobile devices, meaning users can log incidents, monitor their incidents, and even know the status of incidents which are assigned to a particular person. All these things can be done through a mobile device. So we have out-of-the-box apps available with Solution Manager as well. The apps are still not available in the App Store, so we're still working with Apple. So they will be available soon in the App Store, but the backend, that is Solution Manager SPO5, is obviously already out. So you can get the backend, but the apps, we have to wait until they're available on the App Store. Yeah. The IT infrastructure management is a key piece. I'll not spend too much time on it. It's a product that is coming from SAP, which came in February, as SAP IT Infrastructure Management 1.0, which was the first release. And this is possible with a partnership with a company called Realtek. So Realtek is the one who is providing the actual capability of doing infrastructure management, and we bundled a product around it called SAP IT Infrastructure Management. What is important for you to know is that capability, if you're purchased, then that's completely integrated into Solution Manager. You can log incidents on printers, etc., like I mentioned before. So this is how it looks. So we have also the monitoring capabilities that Dinesh will present, for example, later on. They also are integrated into IT infrastructure management, which means that you will be able to monitor your infrastructure elements like printers or network devices, etc., using Solution Manager. But of course, you need to have that product installed. It's just that the integration is something that is coming with Solution Manager. Yeah. Again, these are the mobile applications. We also have one on some on system monitoring area. We also have on change request management, where there's an approval that is possible on mobile devices, wherein you can approve a request for change on the mobile device, and that's taken care of in the back end. This is change request management. I think here what is important to note is many customers are not implementing Charm because of lack of flexibility. Yeah, especially in India, we would like to have a lot of flexibility in terms of how our change requests and transports are moving. Yeah, Charm as a tool is a change control tool, so which means that the minute you implement Charm, there's a lot of discipline that is enforced, there's a lot of control that is enforced, which is good, of course, from a high-level point of view. But then, knowing our businesses, knowing the way the changes are moving, we would like to have a lot of flexibility in how these changes move. Sometimes a change is suddenly stopped, or there are a lot of reasons why changes. There's flexibility that is required, and that is something that is added to the change request management in SP05 of Solution Manager 7.1. Of course, we also have reporting capabilities on change request management. So we have out-of-the-box dashboards for change request management as well with SPO5 of Solution Manager. These are some more screenshots of the change request management approval on an, I think this is an Android device, I believe. And then you can have the workflow to actually approve the change requests using this mobile app as well. We also have what we call as interactive continuous improvement application within Solution Manager. Now this is basically an application which is to monitor how you're implementing your Solution Manager. Yeah? So when you implement Solution Manager, you are hoping to get more and more efficiencies, reducing costs, all the value drivers that we are talking about so far. And this application within Solution Manager, which is available with SPO5, allows you to put some targets and monitor them. Okay, so you have implemented, let's say, test management, and you want to reduce costs of testing, or you want to reduce the impact of changes that are happening in your production. Yeah. So this application has KPIs to monitor them. So if you have implemented the applications, then you can track how much benefit you're getting from Solution Manager by using this dashboard application. So you can put targets and say that, okay, currently my score for impact of change is, let's say, 2, and I would like to bring it down to 1. The impact is, the lower the impact, the better. So I would like to bring it down to 1. You can put a target and keep monitoring it. And then it also has different information put together with these KPIs to say, okay, if you want to reduce from 2 to 1, then what should you do? What capabilities of Solution Manager you should implement? Yeah? So we are really measuring the benefit that we are getting with Solution Manager and also tracking it using Solution Manager itself. So Solution Manager becomes your measurement platform for implementing Solution Manager itself. Yeah? So that's, I think, quite interesting. We are waiting to see customers like yourself to adopt it and give us some feedback to see what kind of KPIs. There are predefined KPIs so far, so you can't define your own KPIs, at least in this release. So if you have more inputs in terms of this is how I would like to monitor my IT processes and the improvements that I'm planning with my IT processes, then we can incorporate that into this application as well. We also have support for HANA, as I mentioned. So HANA as an application component can be monitored and managed using Solution Manager with SP05. Then in the business process monitoring, we have increased our analytics capabilities in monitoring the business processes. For example, you can generate reports like this, wherein you are monitoring how your businesses are doing. Let's say here, I think, per credit memo reason, how much euros were, what is the euro amount for different categories that you have. So these kind of analytics reports on business processes and on business process KPIs can be generated using Solution Manager, and then benchmarking will then be possible. So let's say if you want to know how your sales processing is happening from one division to another division, so you can internally benchmark how your business processes are running on your systems across different locations or across different divisions, etc. So you can actually do benchmarking of business processes as well using the data that is coming into Solution Manager as well. So this is another example. This is per customer, what is the credit memo request in euros in the last 30 days. So this is the kind of report that you can generate. The original idea of business process monitoring was that we felt many of the reasons why business processes are failing are because of IT. Yeah, there's some IT component which is failing. That's why a sales order is getting stuck or a purchase order is getting stuck for approval or whatever. Yeah, it's not because of the business reasons, but it is more because of IT reasons. And that's when we started investing in business process monitoring, where sitting in Solution Manager, you get a view of how your business processes are running in your system, so that you as IT will be able to react to these problems before businesses, get them. And then you also have a business context to it. Yeah, you're not really tackling a performance problem in the VA01 screen. You're actually tackling the problem of create sales order. So we are giving a business process context to the IT problems. But more and more, when we invested in this tool, we see that businesses or business departments themselves are taking benefit from it. So not only IT problems can be detected, but if a sales order or a purchase order approval or something like that is getting stuck because of business reasons, meaning somebody went on vacation and forgot to delegate the work or whatever, those kind of things can also be alerted and found out from Solution Manager, and business teams can take benefit. So we're actually delivering business value with Solution Manager as well, especially with this tool. Yeah? Although it was built for IT to get a business context on the IT problems, it's actually benefiting businesses as well. So that's what SP05 in a gist. The actual presentation is 74 slides long. So there's many more things that we did. So I just picked some of the highlights. This roadmap is a very standard roadmap for any SAP product, which is available on Service Marketplace already. Of course, we will also share this slide. But before I end, I would quickly touch upon something that a vision that we started off a couple of years ago, and we have into that journey wherein we are trying to make SAP Solution Manager as ERP for IT. Some of you might have heard this concept from us before, and this is something that we are still believing, and we are continuing on this journey to make SAP Solution Manager as an ERP application for the IT organization. Yeah? So for those of you who are new to this concept, so our traditional ERP is addressing other departments of your organization. So a ERP system is automating the finance processes in your organization. An ERP system in your organization is automating your sales processes or service processes or HR processes in your organization, right? So now we have Solution Manager system, which is trying to automate and optimize your IT processes. So from that point of view, Solution Manager is an ERP system for the IT organization. Yeah. One is the infrastructure management. Yeah. So Solution Manager in combination with this infrastructure management can now play not only as an IT service management tool, but also an infrastructure management tool, which is a big piece for us because so far we've been managing SAP applications and SAP systems. Now we are going 2 levels deep. Yeah. So we're going to the infrastructure elements, to the network devices, to the hardware devices, etc. So we are able to manage those as well. Because you as an IT organization, it's not just SAP systems that you need to manage. You need to manage your entire IT infrastructure, which includes hardware, software, non-SAP systems, etc. Again, the non-SAP systems is something that we have started our journey on. Some of our monitoring capabilities, etc., or business process monitoring, etc., can work on non-SAP systems already. Yeah. There are other areas which we still do not support non-SAP systems, which we are still working on. So if we have to become really an ERP system for the IT organization, there are a couple of things that we need to do. One is we need to increase our scope to not just SAP, to non-SAP. So we've started the journey in that. We've made some inroads, but there's still work to be done. There are certain things as an IT organization that you do which are not still covered in Solution Manager, like, for example, managing the time of your IT organization. So your IT staff, where are they logging time? How do you know how much capacity is available in your IT staff? How much of testing capacity do you have? How many testers are free in the next 6 months? So unless they log their time in Solution Manager, or unless that information is available in Solution Manager, for example, CATS, which is our time logging system in ERP, if that's available in Solution Manager, then we can do it. Or for example, finance integration. So for example, if you have a laptop that was purchased using a purchase order, and if that purchase order information is available for us in Solution Manager, then we can predict, for example, when is the maintenance contract ending for a laptop. Yeah. So because the purchase order might have that information, so Solution Manager can alert you if, let's say, a maintenance contract of a laptop is getting ended. Yeah. For that, we need to integrate with the finance system. Yeah. So these are the things that we have in mind. This is where we are going to make Solution Manager as an ERP for IT. Yeah. But unless you upgrade to 7.1, nothing would be possible. Yeah. And the way we are going about doing is the way that we have done for IT service management. If you remember, I said Solution Manager is a CRM system in the backend. So the service management piece, the incident management and change management, is actually an enhancement or an adaptation of the CRM system. Yeah? And that's what we will do with ERP as well. So we will have a IT version of finance. So we will adapt the already FI capabilities that we have in ERP for IT organization. We will adapt, let's say, the project and portfolio management, which we are already working on, for IT. Yeah? Project and portfolio management today is used to plan projects for your manufacturing. If you want to launch a new product, then you use project and portfolio management to do that. So what if you do it for IT? So then we need to adapt that functionality for IT. And that's what we did with CRM. CRM already had service management. So you use CRM to manage actually your end customers. Yeah? That's CRM for you. What we did was we gave it an IT flavor and said, you as IT, your customers are your business. So to manage your business or service management to your business, you can use the same CRM component. So we gave it an IT flavor, and that became IT service management. Similarly, we take other areas of ERP and other applications that we have, and then we give an IT flavor, and that we hope will bring us to a system which we could truly call as ERP for IT. Yeah? With that, I would end my presentation. If there are any questions, I'd be more than happy to take. Yes. Sorry?
Why did you select it,
BSP as a platform for service management, UI, etc. So that is something that we inherited from CRM. Because we decided to go with CRM as a backend technology for our service management.
But what we see is here that you totally revamped the 7.1.
Yeah.
You had an opportunity to move to WebDyn Pro or some other kind of platform. BSP probably you yourself are not supporting so much, like you want to kill.
But
like, so yeah. What was the need like? Like, so there was an opportunity to move to the better platform. So
we still believe BSP UI is good enough, and we have a lot of customers who are using the CRM UI already in CRM. Yeah.
But so, what we heard that CRM also you are trying to move it to the upgraded platform. So why there was a need of solution manager to be based on BSP?
So I think, a simple answer is that we just followed what CRM was doing. So if you look at a service request or a incident that you create in Solution Manager 7.1, yeah. So at the end of the day, it's an entity that is getting created in CRM. Yeah. So what we did is actually adapt whatever CRM already had. So we didn't rebuild any of the functionality to manage workflows or to manage incidents, etc. So we just inherited it or adapted it to the needs. So that actually is the reasoning behind using the same CRM technology that was available with CRM 7.0. So there's no other conscious decision to say that we want to go with BSP instead of WebIntro or whatever. So we just went with whatever CRM was offering in that space. Yeah. But if you look at other functionalities of Solution Manager, for example, so there are a lot of them which are now based on Flash. Yeah. So if you look at monitoring applications, end user experience monitoring or technical monitoring, etc. So there we've decided that Flash-based UI best suits for this kind of a dynamic UI where we have to show systems and drag and drop and expand and drill down, etc. So there we've invested in Flash technology and many others. We also are most of it on WebIntro, but especially for Charm and incident management where it's purely based on CRM, we had to go with what CRM was offering, and that's how BSP came in. Jagmohan, you have anything else to add? No. Yes. Okay.
There was a selection criteria of my team, which is missing in 7.1.
Can you please come again?
Hello?
Yeah.
See, in 7.0, there is a selection criteria by my team.
My team.
My
okay.
team.
Okay.
Which is missing in 7.1.
Okay. At least Jagmohan thinks it's available. Maybe you can catch up with him in the break and then talk about that, yeah? So in the interest of time, I will take the questions offline because we have many more sessions to go through. And I'm available as well through the day, and I also have one more session around test management. So we will come back to the questions at a later point of time. Yeah? Thank you very much.